Hi folks, TheFilipinaPea here. And anyone who watches my channel knows that I'm not a big fan of long-distance relationships, especially when you've never even met in person. But what if you've really done your homework? You've watched hundreds of videos about Filipino culture. You've vetted the woman you're talking to for 6 months, and she's never asked you for a single peso. All the lights are green, and you make the trip to finally be with the woman of your dreams. What could go wrong? Apparently, a lot. But I'll let this guy tell you. Well, Mark, welcome to my channel. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
So, you told me you have a very interesting story to share with me and my viewers.
Interesting is one way to put it, yes.
Okay, and at the same time, it's kind of awful.
Yes.
Involving a long-distance relationship with a Filipina?
Yes.
All right, so before we go there, give us a little background about yourself.
My name is Mark. I just turned 54, retired early due to medical issues.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been looking at coming here to the Philippines for probably 2 years. I've been researching and studying the Philippines and trying to learn as much as I can.
Okay.
You know, through help of your channel, obviously, and thinking that I had all of my warnings and everything that I needed to know ahead of time before coming here, and especially with a long distance relationship and things like that. You know, a lot of times people say, you know, don't do the online dating.
Right.
Get your boots on the ground, get here, just meet somebody here.
And yet you cannot resist the
Exactly.
temptation.
You can't resist the temptation. I decided to join a popular dating site.
Mm-hmm.
And I had been on this dating site for well over a year before I'd met this lady.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody who has gone on these, you know, these dating sites, they'll tell you that there's scammers there, and a lot of them are easy to pick out, quite easy to pick out. Some of them, it might take you
a while.
I'd say, well, it depends on the questions you ask.
Okay.
I had actually gotten it down to where I had almost like a list of 20 questions that I asked right off the bat.
Right.
You know, whittle down who would be worth continuing a conversation with.
Okay. So you found a lady.
Yeah, this lady.
She passed the initial screening?
She passed with flying colors.
Okay. How long did you talk?
We had a 6-month ongoing long distance relationship. We had actually been talking for several weeks before we decided to say, yes, let's just talk to each other exclusively. We're actually a official long distance relationship.
Right.
From there, 6 months, from the minute she would wake up in the morning until I went to bed at night, we were talking nonstop on WhatsApp, video messaging.
So you met the family via online?
Yeah, I'd spoken to her daughter online. I'd seen her parents online. And like I said, the original plan when I got here was we were going to meet, hang out for the first weekend in Manila, and then we were going to go back to her folks' place, and we were going to stay there until we could find our own place.
How old is this lady?
She was about 35.
35, okay.
She did have 2 children.
She never asked for money?
Yeah, she never asked for money. You know, never had any of those, oh, my baby's sick, I need money, I need help. Oh, my uncle's foot needs to have surgery. You know, all your typical scams that pop up right away.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to beat around the bush. I am just going to take the plunge, and I'm going to come meet you.
Okay. So you booked your tickets?
Booked my tickets and got everything ready. I've already been chewed out by many other expats for this, but she met me at the airport.
She was actually there?
Yeah, she actually was there, met me at the airport, hugged right away, and
so far so
smiles, everything was great. And we got to the hotel, we get checked in. She had already ordered food, we had food there. At this point, I'm just exhausted.
Right.
And so, of course, we go and lay down, and now seeing each other for the first time and exploring type thing. But of course.
I'm sure you did a lot of exploring.
Yes.
Okay.
And
Got it.
but of course, I was too exhausted from the flight at this point. I just had fallen asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Wake up, and she's gone. Instead of her laying next to me, she had actually taken the pillow and laid it next to me.
Okay, so she's gone.
Yeah. So I get up, get out of bed, look around the room, and I notice all her stuff is gone.
Oh.
So then my heart really sank. I'm like, oh no. So I checked my phone. I actually have a message from her.
So she messaged you, okay?
Yeah, she messaged me. She said, sorry, this is all a little overwhelming. I'm kind of scared. I don't know what to do. I thought everything was going great.
What about your stuff?
My stuff is all there. Everything seemed like it was all good. I'm just thinking that maybe, she had the first time jitters,
And maybe she'd come back later.
Yeah, like maybe she would come back later or something. And in the original text, she said that she was going to go to her best friends to think.
To think?
Yeah.
To think about what? Your relationship?
That's what I'm assuming. Think about the relationship. You could talk with somebody online for years, but when you very first meet for the first time, it's still going to be very awkward.
Right, because it's different.
Yeah.
The person online and then in person.
Yeah, but there was no red flags, any warning signs that she was feeling awkward. I mean, she was clinging onto my arm and
okay, so
just holding on to me the whole time we were together. And
that doesn't add up, though. So she just left, and at least all your stuff are.
Yeah, I'm looking around. My laptop's still here. My phone's still there.
Nothing's missing.
Yeah, nothing's missing. I mean, I could tell it's been moved around a little, but everything's still there. So I start unpacking my stuff. And when I get to where I'd hid my money, and of course, most expats go, why didn't you put your money in a safe? Well,
yeah, why didn't you?
The room I booked said it had a safe in it, but when I got in there, it did not.
So where did you hide your money?
That I won't reveal, but
darn, I was caught. Okay.
In a place that I wouldn't think anybody would look for it. But
okay, was the money there?
No, my cash was gone. Not a lot of cash, as far as a Westerner would say. It was $250, but over 10,000 pesos.
So she took your money?
Yes. And at that point, that's when my heart just really sank. I was like, I just got robbed.
Oh, what? The thing that doesn't add up, she spent 6 months chatting with you, meeting you at the airport, clinging into your arms, and then being lovey-dovey and everything. So
no red flags the entire 6 months we were talking. Like I said, she never asked for money. There was nothing that would indicate that she was even talking to other men.
And yet, after a night, she robbed you.
Yeah.
But if she's just trying to get money out of you, I mean...
Yeah, that's what I was like, why didn't she take everything? Why didn't she take the laptop and my cell phone and my passport and everything?
Girl?
At this point, everybody was trying to message her and be like, what's going on? Where are you at? Please come back. We can talk about this. Once I saw the money was gone, my heart it sank. And then,
your love,
of course, I'm saying
$250.
Yeah, my love's only worth $250.
Oh, yeah.
More than $50 to make me holler.
So, did she reply to say, like, I'm sorry for taking your money.
No,
I'm gonna be
she
back.
Never replied. So we start trying to get hold of her best friend because she said she was going to her best friend's to think.
Mm-hmm.
So we contact her best friend, and her best friend is like, I have not talked to her. I don't know where she's not here. I don't.
What is wrong with her? So she slept with you one night, she left with your money, and
of course, we're thinking, well, the best friend's probably just lying. She's actually there.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I send a message to the best friend saying, if she comes back, brings back whatever money she has left, forget the whole situation ever happened. We'll move on with our lives.
Did you call the police?
Yes. At that point, I was like, I'm just gonna report it.
You got her full name, right?
Yes.
And her address.
I had
everything.
A copy of her ID, so I turned that over. And unfortunately, the police did not seem like they were interested because it was only $250 cash. Because at first they're asking, how much money did they take? Was it over $1,000? How much was it? And I was like, it was $250 cash. And you could almost see in their face, they're like, oh, no big deal.
But you did report it, right?
Yeah, I did get it reported, got her and everything. So I was just like, okay, let's
Move
try
on.
to move on.
How long were you planning to stay?
I was in the Philippines, or
In the Philippines with
Hey,
her?
honestly, don't plan on going back if I don't have to.
Oh, okay.
Um,
And yet you're still here, so
yeah,
okay.
so yeah, I'm still. I just
You're not
matter of fact,
traumatized enough.
I just went and got my first 30-day extension this morning.
Okay.
So,
You're still here, so
yes,
you moved
yes.
on.
Despite the setbacks, I am not giving up on my dream to retire and live here in the Philippines.
Are you still in contact with her?
Actually, I am still in contact with her. Her son still messages me once in a while.
Did you ever know where she was the whole
The
time?
story was that shortly after leaving, she came down with dengue and was in the hospital.
Dengue fever. That's a lot of bull.
That's what I was thinking.
But now you guys are no longer an item.
Yeah.
Just checking.
Yeah, it is.
Like hello McFly.
Yes, exactly.
Like
Yeah.
seriously, dude. Okay, so
Lesson learned the extremely hard way. And like I said, you can watch thousands of great vlogs.
but
people-
nothing can prepare you
Yes.
with this, certain
Yes.
situation like
Yes, exactly. Like I said, there was no red flags anywhere.
Right.
None.
Okay, so you close that chapter.
Close that chapter.
After that, what happened to you? You stayed in Manila?
Yeah, I continued to stay in Manila. So most of the day Friday, trying to figure out where she went, what's going on. It wasn't until later Friday afternoon that I noticed my money was missing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, I need to try and go get cash. So I run down to the bank, to the ATM, and my ATM cards aren't working.
Okay.
None of them.
Getting better?
Yeah, none of them. And
Did you call your bank before
Yes.
you leave?
I had notified my bank 60 days before I left, 30 days before I left, 1 week before I left.
So what seems to be the problem?
To this day, my ATM cards are still not working.
Okay, so how are you
They
getting
do not know.
by?
I am using Remitly and just cash transfers.
Okay, so you send yourself.
So basically, I'm just
Money.
running off cash, yes. Which actually, in the long run, isn't too bad compared to ATM fees and whatnot versus the fees that you get for cash transfers. In the long run, I'm actually a little better off this way, but
Okay.
you still have to deal with going to get the cash, carrying a lot of cash on you until you can get back to your hotel or wherever you're staying at to get at least a good chunk of that put away and safe.
Right. How long did you stay in Manila?
I was in Manila almost 3 weeks total.
Okay. Was it a pleasant surprise except for your girlfriend running away from you?
There was a lot more nightmare that went on after the whole LDR getting robbed situation.
Oh, come on. What else happened to you there? It's almost like a string
so
of
like I said,
unfortunate events.
So Friday, I finally, like I said, found out my ATM cards aren't working. Sunday comes around, I have to be out of the place that we're in. So immediately I start looking online for places to stay. And of course, when you're booking last minute, rates go through the roof. And I found one place. It was called the Cozy Hotel, the Cozy Condo. And this was through Travelocity.com. Booked it and book a grab to the address. Get in the grab. I'm sitting there trying to call the host saying, hey, I'm on my way. Meet me so I can get checked in. We're sorry. This number is invalid. So, well, they have the option where you can try to email them. So I'm trying to email and text them messages. No responses, no responses. Trying to call. This number is invalid. I'm just wondering, is my phone not working? Am I dialing it wrong?
Or you're just the unluckiest person right now.
Yeah.
That nobody's answering your calls or emails.
Exactly. So I get to the address. There is a condo hotel there. I go inside. I tell them I'm here to check in, but I can't get hold of the host. And they look at my booking and they're like, that's not this place.
But it's in that
But
address.
it's the address.
Right.
It's that same address, but they're like, this does not exist here.
Okay. So that was a scam?
Yeah. Complete scam hotel.
Okay, you've been
And at this
scammed by a
point,
woman and now a hotel?
yes.
Okay.
And at this point, I start going into panic mode because this is already in the afternoon on Sunday. I have no place to stay.
Did you call your bank to cancel the reservation? Because I
Yes,
assume
yes.
they
At that
charge
point,
you.
at that point, I canceled the reservation. But of course, you know, it's a same day reservation.
Oh, okay. It might take time for them
Yeah.
to get the
So
money back.
just the even if you would have normally canceled, chances would have been no refund.
Yes, because
But
it's the same
because it was a scam hotel, I'm sitting there trying to get hold of Travelocity, and not even within 5 minutes, they're calling us back. Yeah, the host is unreachable. This is obviously a scam.
non-existent.
Yeah. So their Travelocity was at least forthcoming and said, yes, we will refund you. But of course, it's going to take 7 to 14 business days for the money to return to your account.
Oh my gosh.
You know, they'll take your money like that. But when it comes to giving your money back, oh, it's going to take.
Of course, that's how it is with
Yep.
most banks.
Immediately, I'm checking a different booking site. This time I get a place that wasn't exactly cheap, but had what supposedly Wi-Fi, hot water, good security, very nice place. And it is a very extensive check-in process, about a 3-hour check-in process at this place. Diplomats stay at this hotel quite a bit. Finally get checked in.
After 3 hours.
Yes.
And you
So
had patience to go through all that?
I would have went through anything as long as I knew I was going to have a room that night.
Right.
As long as it was not a hostel. Yeah, as long as it wasn't a hostel. I would, at this point, I did not want to risk a hostel because I had already been robbed once, and you know, you hear horror stories of hostels.
Yeah. Robbed once, scammed
Yeah.
by a hotel. Okay, and now.
And so I get checked in, get into my room.
Hooray!
The Wi-Fi in the room was not working.
Great. This is in Manila, right?
Yeah, this is in Manila
Mm-hmm.
at the Azure, and it's a very nice place.
Right.
So I get in there, the Wi-Fi is not working, hot water is not working, the hot water heater is broke.
Of all the rooms, is it just your room or?
Just my room. The hot water heater on the wall is broken. The host tells me, oh, it needs replaced. I asked him, are you going to fix it? And he's like, oh, it needs replaced. So it's probably not going to get fixed during your stay.
Did you ask to be transferred?
He did not have any other
Of course
rooms.
not.
Wake up the next morning, knock at the door, and it's the host. He's like, are you going to pay for your room? And I'm like, I thought I did. I booked it through booking.com. My card's been charged. What's going on now? He's like, well, I'm going to need to hold your passport until you pay me.
Wait, the thing I don't understand, you booked the reservation through booking.com. Once you put your cards, your details, it automatically goes through, right?
Depends on the contract that the condo owner has. The actual condominium owner, not the entire resort, the condominium owner has with the website. Some condo owners will only take cash. Apparently that was this situation. I did not realize that, but I did know that my card had been charged for a hotel. The host gets on their phone, finally gets the Wi-Fi working. I get my laptop open. I'm going into my bank account looking, and I see, yes, there is a charge, and I look, charge from Travelocity.
I thought that's already been sorted. That
Yeah, that was like, they charged me for, they still ended up charging me for the scam hotel. I was not charged for the hotel I was in.
Oh, shoot.
And of course I had cash on me, but not enough cash to pay for my whole stay that I had booked. I think I gave them like 5,000 pesos. Here's 5,000 pesos.
For a down payment?
For a down payment. At this point in time, they just took the 5,000 and they're like, okay, get cash. And I figured
Did you give them your passport?
Yes, they still wanted the passport as collateral until I could get the full amount paid. So I'm thinking, okay, so I can just use my other ID to go get my money. So I go down to the reception area. I'm like, and ask them, can I have my ID long enough to go get cash and come back, get everything paid, get everything sorted? And they're like, no. The only way you will get your ID back is when you check out. At this time, the host, or it wasn't the actual host, it was the host's worker,
Yeah.
had already left gone to do her stuff. So I call them back. I cannot get your cash without my passport. Okay, I'll send her back. She
Okay.
doesn't come back until the next morning. I'm here for the payment. I'm like, okay, so I need the passport. So I know I need the passport so I can go get the money. She's like, I don't have your passport. So I call him back up again and trying to explain to him,
You need your
I
passport?
need the passport in order to get the cash
Uh-huh.
to pay you. And he is just adamant about not giving the passport back at all. I was like, I just have to go into the mall, get the cash, come right back out. I was like, your worker can even come with me if
Right.
if that would, she can hold on to the passport.
Yeah, and just to show
yeah.
just enough time for you to get your money.
Thankfully, one of the hotel concierge was able to talk sense into him, but that still did not happen until the following day.
Oh my goodness, now it's day 3.
Yeah, so finally she comes back, has the passport, gives the passport to me. She says, go get your money. So finally I was able to go get the money for the 2 weeks I was going to be staying there. You know, losing the $250, having to pay for another hotel, losing the other $300 on the scam hotel. You know, so, I mean.
At this point, you're still sane enough to stay?
I don't think I've ever been sane, but. But yeah, I was seriously, I was almost at the point of just saying, to hell with this, I'm just jumping on the next plane back.
So after everything that had happened, you still want to stay here, retire here?
Everybody else.
You're not giving up on your dream.
The strangers that stepped up to try and help me through my situation, just the people in general here, it is so much better. I wouldn't trade this for the world, honestly. This is just...
What's wrong with you? Just
yeah. I definitely will not do a dating site ever again.
No? Are you meeting people, ladies, organically now? Like saying hello? Is it still part of the plan? Are you traumatized? Not too
extremely cautious right now, not looking really. I mean, if it happens organically,
right,
it'll happen. Peace of mind is more important than a piece of
yeah, piece of meat.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, Mark, that was really like a roller coaster experience.
It has definitely been a roller coaster.
Welcome to Dumaguete, and
thank you very much, P.
Thank you for not giving up on us as a general, population, that we're not all bad people, and the Philippines. And I hope you'll have a blissful stay here.
Thank you. Hopefully this story helps other people. Like I said, you could watch every vlog that's ever been made about the Philippines, and it's still not going to prepare you for your first time here.
Yeah, you have to really experience it yourself. Well, thanks again for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And for the rest of you folks, you know the drill. I'll be back in 3 more days with something new. That's it for today. Bye for now. If you think about it, I'm nothing like Cleopatra. I never ruled a nation. I never married my brother, and I certainly don't live in denial. In fact, about the only thing we have in common is an appreciation of slightly older men. You could consider me a diplomat though, because my videos attempt to bridge the gap between the sexes and between Eastern and Western culture. I'll always bring you something new to consider, and I hope you enjoy my efforts. If you do, please remember to give a thumbs up on this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you can see my future content. And if you really want to make the Queen happy, check out my Patreon page for extra content and exclusive features. But if you don't like my videos, then you can kiss my ass.